What's up, guys? This is D, the Grim Gamer. Welcome back to another episode of Jason Jackson's career in NASCAR Dirt to Daytona. We finally finished off an additional Dirt Series season, and it should be finally time to move on. We've got almost $80,000 in the available funds, and once we click on this right here, the NASCAR postseason, it should get an additional, I believe it was $6,500 from JB's Trucking, which was our primary sponsor in the Dirt Series. But real quick, we finished off the season with a win at Baxter. Finally winning at Baxter. It was about damn time. And we also finished it off with another series championship. So it should be time to move on. So first things first, we're going to click on this right here, NASCAR postseason, and get to moving this thing along. Yes, let's do it. Klipsch! Freaking Klipsch! Wow, you looked unstoppable last season. Yeah, you think? Crushed the competition into powder. You're definitely ready to move on to some tougher competition, and that is exactly what you'll get if you accept our offer of a Featherlite sponsorship. We'll consider it a successful season if you can finish in the top 10 twice. Sincerely, Don Inman. I would rather tell Klipsch to take a walk, because they just abandoned me the previous season, but I'm going to guess that this is going to be the only offer I'm going to get. Right? Most likely. Yeah. Yeah, it is. So I don't really have a choice in the matter. Again, I would rather just tell him to take a walk. But finishing in the top 10 twice would give us $10,000. So I guess one more time we'll welcome Klipsch to the team. So we're just going to have to accept that and deal with it. And there, once again, a final look at the standings. Yep, won pretty handedly. Infograms. Congratulations on your top 10 finish in the Weekly Racing NASCAR Weekly Series. Yeah, they're going to offer $10,000. If I can repeat the year's performance, that's not going to happen. Jackson Farms, they'll offer $5,500 to finish in the top 10 at least 4 times. Not happening. Firehouse Diner, $4,600. Finish in the top 10 in every race. Not happening. Crazy Jacks, finish the season in the top 10 or better. We'll pay you $2,500. Yeah, again, with only one race that I plan on doing, and I'll touch again on that in a second, none of this is going to happen. The only one that might be possible, depending on how the one race I plan on going does, I don't know if that would give me a top 10 in the standings. I kind of doubt it. But, you know what? Just for a one-off, let's throw Crazy Jacks on the car. Why not? And if I can win the one race that I plan on doing, and it gets me in the top 10, then that's $2,500. Again, I don't think that's the case, but whatever.
Continuing with our extended NASCAR coverage, today we'll look at the oddest-looking vehicle under the NASCAR umbrella, the NASCAR Featherlite Modified Series. Now, believe it or not, this is actually the oldest league in NASCAR, a series that began in the late 1940s. It's also the only league in NASCAR to run without fenders. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, these are open-wheel cars. Light and fragile might be a way to describe these vehicles, but that certainly wouldn't do justice to the races. The mods run a diverse mixture of small local tracks, a single road course, and even a few stops at some cup venues, making this one of the hardest-fought jewels in the NASCAR crown. While there are 1,000 stories in any racing league, certainly one of the most talked about happenings in the NASCAR Featherlite Modified Series this year is this one. A young NASCAR Weekly Racing Series champion has been picked up by the Klipsch team to drive their number 397 car. While it probably will take more than a single season for this team to make a run for the championship, the talent shown by this young driver is unbelievable. Well, it looks like the action's about to start, so let's head down to the track.
Yeah, thanks. So, okay, that also tells me why Klipsch is the only offer you get going forward, because, well, if you got something else, it wouldn't fit that little thing right there. So, as I was talking about a minute ago, we're going to have the Featherlite Modified Series now. Finally, we've made it there. And full time, mind you. But last I counted, there's 11 Featherlite Modified Series races. I'm going to double check that real quick. Yeah, so there's 11 Featherlite Modified Series races in a season. And I figure what I'll end up doing is I'll end up adding the Egan Speed Bowl. That's Kingsfield, but it's in here somewhere. I'll add the Egan Speed Bowl race from the Dirt Series, and that'll make it a even 12 races in a season. So that just still makes it 2 races per episode. And again, that should be a guaranteed win and a bunch of money as far as that race goes. We got the sponsorship bonus from JB's Truckin' that's puts us up to $86,000. You know what that means, right? That means it's time to go to the catalog and look at some serious upgrades for this Featherlite Modified. Now, going through this parts catalog, I think I got, the second to best engine? Oh, no, not even close. Not even close. We had the Rough Boy 350. The Mach 3 is $65,000. Eek. Suspension, we're looking at the best being $57,000. And what about aero? I'm not even really worried about exhaust so much right now. All right, aero, we're looking at $25,000. So, well, give me a moment here. I got some figuring to do of what it is that I want to do with all of this money. Okay, I think I've made up my mind here, and as much as I would like to get more power, get another engine, the next one available to me has a little bit worse peak torque, so if I want upgrades in all departments, I would need the 65,000 Mach 3. However, if I decide to go a different route, so again, I've already got an engine upgrade, I can go with the most expensive suspension package and the most expensive aero package. And so at that point, that would give me multiple upgrades in multiple areas, along with an engine that's already about, mid-price, middle of the road engine. So I think that's what I'm going to go with, and I think it'll leave me with about $4,000 left. So I don't know if that's a good idea, but look, all the grip for front, rear, the weight goes down quite a bit, the durability goes up a skosh, but we need all of that grip. I want all of that grip. So we are going to do this. Look at that upgrade. Give me that. Sure. Yup. And now we'll go right here to the aero department. And then look at this. Look at all the downforce, front and rear, compared to what's stock in the car. Reduces the drag a lot, takes some of the weight down. I mean, I might not have another engine upgrade to go with it, but with the engine that I have and with this amount of upgrades in all these other departments, I mean, there's no way I should be getting blown away at this point. At least I don't think. So we still might not be challenging for wins or anything at the moment, but this should be considerably better than the few races that we ran before. So hopefully that's the case. And it leaves us with almost $4,000 in the available funds, but hopefully we can get some good finishes, and you know, we can do something with this anyway. And then I was going to do this right here, too, just for the hell of it. I was going to do it for the last race of the Dirt Series last season, but even though we got Crazy Jacks on the car, I felt like, you know what, I'm going to do a throwback paint scheme to Jason Jackson's original paint scheme for the Dirt Series car for the one-off race at Egan later in the season. So there's that as well. And now we are finally ready to move on. I guess I'll just leave the Klipsch paint scheme from what I had before. Why not? Just leave that the way it is. No sense in really changing that. But we are finally ready to go full time in the Featherlite Modified Series. And the first race of the season is at the Denison Speedrum. So let's head to the track and see what we can do with all these upgrades. And I don't know. Fingers crossed we can do well. Well, I don't know where I'm going to stack up, but the car grips good. It feels like it goes around the corners pretty well. Definitely still don't have speed compared to some of these guys, so I'm already thinking I'm kind of regretting not maybe getting a better engine. But I figure that engine's not going to be worth a damn if you can't get around the track, right? So I need grip, I need a downforce. Again, I don't know where I'm going to stack up, so let's hit qualifying and see what it's looking like. Oh boy. You're definitely not up towards the top of those guys, but I was getting low 13s and even cracked like 12 9s there a couple times in a couple of them laps. So, I don't know. All we can do is just do that qualifying lap, see what happens. And my best is a 12.94. So if we can lay down a lap like that, then maybe we at least mid-pack, you know? I pushed it a little hard, I think.
All right.
That's still a 13-1. But I guess it could have been worse. So, for my first qualifying effort, let's see where that puts me. Okay. So, out of 20 cars, 11th. So, if I can manage to just get one spot, that would put me in the top 10. So, I guess with no exhaust upgrade and middle of the road engine, horsepower isn't quite there, but that should come in time. I guess it could be worse. So, I mean, all I can do at this point, right, is I'm not really going to do happy hour. There's not a whole lot else I can really do, I don't think. We're just trying to go right to the race, but all I can do is fire up this 397 overgrown go-kart and see what happens. And this ain't my first modified series race, but first one as a full-time modified series driver. So what do we got, JJ? What can we do? Yeah, in a way, I do kind of like that compared to the Dirt Series. It's like, you know what? You practice, you get your car dialed in, you qualify, you race. It's not, okay, you qualify, then there's this heat race, and if you don't do quite well, there's this B main, then you go to the A. No, qualify and race. It's all we need to do. Just get right down to business. You know what I'm saying? And at least we're starting on the bottom also. So that's nice. You got to learn all of these names now. Kind of forgot them all after, not doing any of these modified series races there for a while. Okay.
The race is going green.
Here it is.
There's the green flag.
What do we got? They're 3 wide right from the start. Oh, look at that. We got a restart gear in there. Oh, and touch the apron. Damn it. Oh, what? Oh, wow. Wow.
20 to go.
Well, we got 20 laps to try to fix my screw up. Good grief. Oh, come on. How do you screw up that bad at the very start, you know? I'm trying to take it easy so I don't, like, run some of these guys over. Because I know how... Well, as I was saying, I know how fragile these cars are. I probably just smashed the nose in. Yup, basically. So, well, there's that. Oh, boy. This is gonna take some getting used to. Oh! Wow! Wow! Okay. Okay. Oh boy. I don't know if we were really ready for this. You know, in practice, I didn't do that with the apron, not once. Not once did I do that. And now I've done it 2 or 3 times in the first half of this race. I mean, learning curve, right? A learning curve in here. But I can't believe, out of all the laps that I did in practice trying to get this car as best I could, I didn't do that a single time. And now to do it that many times in the race, it's ridiculous. Try to get on the inside of one of these guys, and it's like, I end up going too low. Hey, frustration's kicking in already, man. Already. Run all right until I have to try to get around somebody. Then it's a problem. There, see? Should be that simple. Just like that. Well, this must be the leaders that are on top of my back bumper now, I'm guessing. And it's a little bit of a hornet's nest. You know, forming behind me. Try to just let them go, I guess. This was not how I was hoping the first race would go, obviously.
Last lap.
But, dude, really? I mean, qualified okay, but all it took was one rookie mistake, and already, first race of the season, we got the Tough Break Award. Yeah, because that's how we wanted to start. You know, I'd have to go back and watch it, because I think one of the races that I did in my, small 4 or 5 race, in the modified in the one season, I don't know if I ever made that big of a mistake, even then. That was a horrible mistake, and it cost me big time. So, I mean, that's what else can you say? Nothing, really. You just kind of have to eat that one and move on. Not a lot of winnings, and threw away over $200 as far as the expenses go. It's $1,200 in the bank. That's not a lot. That's nowhere near what we need in order to start getting some other upgrades. But Mike Hemeseth strikes first. Racing is back in a big way this season, proven by the record crowd of enthusiastic fans at Denison, who showed up to watch Mike Hemeseth master the track and capture the checkered flag. Interestingly enough, the driver in the car, 937, didn't put up much of a fight. No, we screwed up. We screwed up bad. Rookie mistakes were indeed made. Yep, 16th, 115 points. Okay, moving on. Oh, that's right. I forgot. We still got Larry's on the car. Larry's transmissions. To finish 15th or better, give us $425 for a sponsorship bonus. Ken's Garage will also give me $350 for finishing 17th or better. So let's see here. We've got the rear quarter panel, we got the door panel, the TV panel, and the hood. So looks like there are reward modifiers here. So you know what? What if we put Ken's Garage here on the back? Yeah, that's one hell of a logo. And then for the 1.0 modifier, maybe we'll stick Larry's transmission there. And actually, Larry's will give us $500 for finishing 15th or better there. So as long as I can finish 15th, there's 2 sponsorship bonuses. So Larry's, welcome back to the team. And Ken's Garage, welcome to the team. Nah, it's not going to be a lot in sponsorship money, but hopefully it'll be something. We're going to need, we're going to need all that we can get. That's for sure. So $5,000 in the bank, and not a great first outing. But we'll move on to Crystal Lake Raceway and see what we can do here. Alright, I don't know how long I've been at this with messing with this car over and over again. I even had to reset it a couple times because it got so out of whack and the different changes and everything. Again, it was going to be a trial and error period. But I've got it to where it was able to run like 22.8s pretty consistently. Again, I'm not expecting that to be great, but as long as I can get a consistent time and see where this is kind of stacking up. Yeah, we ain't up at no 22.5s, but we're gonna go dead last. So let's see where we stack up. If I could get that around that 22.8, that's actually even like top 5. So that wouldn't be terrible. Well, JJ, we might have an opportunity to do something special here. So let's send it out on the track and see what we can muster. I was able to only do it twice, but even crack that 22.7 there a couple times. Again, I got it as dialed in as I think it's going to get, at least right now. Could have got out of that corner better, but be that as it may. Didn't get down close enough to the bottom. Going in a little hot. Did the same thing right there too. Trying to push it just a little bit too much.
All right.
Yeah, end up with a 3-1 instead. Damn it! Like, what, 0.3 of a second off of what I was, like, consistently getting in practice. It's just, again, it was in a groove, and then you got to stop and then start again, and it would have taken me probably about 4 or 5 laps to get back to where I was at. Okay, what does that give me? Well, that's still top 10 and almost top 5. So that's still not terrible. Sorry, trying to figure out. So I'm going to end up starting on the outside, unfortunately. That's not great. But we don't have all the speed, but we got some of it. A top 10 finish would be nice. Would be really nice. So maybe we can get clips, start getting clips off our back, you know? Get some sponsorship money from Larry's and from, well, the other guy. I forgot his name already. But all right, the 397 Bumblebee looking, you know, ultra go-kart. Let's get it. So Crystal Lake could potentially be possibly one of my favorite tracks. It's not a big track, but as far as these little cars go, it's got long straightaways, and you could really pick up some speed here. And I like that. So I feel like you know, we maxed this car all the way out with the best engine and the best exhaust upgrades, and I think we might have some fun at this particular track. So, all right, yep, starting on the outside, which I don't care for, but
the race is going green. There's the green flag.
split the middle right here. I hit fourth gear and it's going to bog there a little bit. Since I'm on the outside, again, it's not ideal. This guy's going to get right in my way. He was going to hold me up. Can I get down? Can I get down? Sort of. Alright, if I can get down here, I might be okay. Around these guys here. And like my usual problem, just got to start putting down some consistent laps, you know? Consistency is always key, even if you're not the fastest, even if you can just be consistent, you'll be a little better off. Come on, dude, I need you to get out of my way. You're letting them get away, man. And I got Canepa. If I can get this guy out of my way. There goes my top 5. Oh! Alright, fine. Let him trying to block, too. Throwing the block. Going right to the bottom of the track on the straightaway. What a goofus. I got a battle here for this 4th and 5th with York and Canepa. York just needs to get the hell out of the way, man. He's holding up everybody. Me, Canepa. He just doesn't want to give it up. Canepa trying to do this thing on the outside. And because he's holding us up, Bundy's trying to get up here too. Okay, I'm gonna follow his lead, I guess. So we're gonna ride up the track. Damn it! I need to get some speed and see maybe if I can do one of these. He's gonna try the block, but he's gonna cross me over because I couldn't get in the corner correctly. Oh, come on, dude. And here comes Bundy. Damn it, I'm gonna get by York. Yeah, and not going to be able to hold these guys off now. York ruined everything. York is officially on my shit list, man. Come on, Justin. You going to be the same kind of guy? Or are you going to let me go? He's going to let me go, it looks like. There's a white flag. Top 5. Just out of reach. Again, I blame York. Well,
finished in the top half.
Qualified 6th, finished 6th. Can't really complain with that, especially after how the first race went. If York would have got out of my way and let me run, might have been able to hold off somebody for a top 5. But Joel York, he seems like a Joel. he kind of held me up there. But you know what? I'm happy with that. A decent qualify effort, and it with a decent finish also. Can't really complain with that, I think, for the second outing of the season, you know? Again, I think if it weren't for Joel York, might have been able to snag a top 5 out of that, which would have been nice. Also didn't help to start on the outside like I did either. If I could have started on the bottom, we might have had a little bit of a different result. But I guess you can't go by what ifs, right? We got what we got, and I'd be happy with that. So that's 2 sponsorship bonuses and a top 10 finish. What's that paycheck look like? That's the question. Paycheck looks okay, I guess. $72 in damages, but that's not terrible. Had a little dust up, little scrape here and there, but almost $5,000. Ken's Garage. That's who the other one was. Ken's Garage. So, yeah, $5,000 in the bank. All right. That's not terrible. Crystal Lake. With Gary Soros' victory at Crystal Lake, Jason Jackson is back in 11th place and 85 points out of first place. In the way, however, is Francis Lee. Jackson needs 2 points to pass Francis Lee in the standings, and surely Jason Koch trailing Jackson in the standings by 1 point. So the points look like they're pretty tight right about now. So, all right, there's our 6th place finish, and we move up in the standings. We're 1 spot away and only 2 points out of being in the top 10 after 2 races. So, if the first race would have went a little bit better, we might be in the top 10 right now. Definitely be in the top 10 right now, but again, I shouldn't really complain too much. Look at these wait a second. Look at these different sponsor opportunities. Wait a second. All right, who we got? Wait a minute. We got Don's Fish and Chips. 5th place or better give us $2,250. We've got 10th place or better with Le Mode Restaurants, $1,000. And Tonga Toy Store, 12th place with $775. Got 2 more places on the car to put some sponsors and 3 offers. I'm going to have to think about this one for a second because I don't really expect to get near a top 5 in every race. I still feel like that was that may have been an exception for that race. I could be surprised, but I feel like top 10s are more in the wheelhouse. And then 12th. So I feel like these bottom 2 would be more guaranteed money in the bank compared to Don's Fish and Chips. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this one for a second. Okay. I think I've made up my mind. So, typically, the strategist in me would say, well, we'll go for these bottom 2 because that would be more of a sure thing. But that's only $775. I mean, with a modifier, it'd be a little bit more than that. But we're looking at what? Yeah, $968. However, if I go with Le Mode Restaurants there instead, which, God, that is an ugly, ugly sponsor to put on the back of the car like that. But that would be $1,250 for getting that. And if I stick Don's Fish and Chip on the front, that reward is over $3,000 for a 5th place finish. I only did 4 races in the past in that other season, that small season I did. So there are several tracks that I've never even been to that, I don't know, maybe a 5th place is a little bit more doable than what I think. So, I think it may be worth the risk to not have Tonga Toy Store. Because if I can get, you know, some decent finishes, rack up some of this money, and eventually, you know, get to another upgrade, whether that be in the exhaust or the engine, we could maybe solidify some 5th place finishes a little bit easier. So, let's welcome Le Mode Restaurants and Don's Fish and Chip to the 397 Klipsch team. So that's what we're going to roll with. Looks good to me. That's $10,000 in the available funds. And I think there is potential. I still don't see us being a winning organization just yet. But I feel like we can get up and run with the top 5 guys at least. Start banking some money, and maybe we could possibly be a threat in the next season. But that was only 2 races out of 11 in the season, so might be surprised by the time we get to the end. So a little bit of a mixed bag this episode, with a not so great finish and a pretty decent finish. I guess I can be pretty happy with that. It's a decent start, something to build on. Anyways, if you like this video, then hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, to make sure that you don't miss out on any uploads for all the different gaming content right here on the channel. And if you're so inclined to do so, head over to Twitch, give me a follow there. Stream every Tuesday and Thursday nights, 11:30 p.m. start time, streaming all types of different games over there. So with that being said, that's it for this episode. I am D. I'm the Grim Gamer, and we will see you next time for another episode of Jason Jackson's career in NASCAR Dirt to Daytona.
The engine's blown.
Yeah, so that was a bad idea. Yeah, that didn't work. Pushed that engine a little too far that time. Oops.